Good afternoon, families. I am at school, just finished up our awesome preschool classroom. School-aged classroom is coming along and just about ready for Monday. And we're all super excited to have the kids show up here on Monday for our very first summer camp. So I just kind of wanted to touch base with everybody, and this seemed like the easiest way to go about that, and kind of highlight a couple of things as we look to our start date on Monday. So first of all, I'll kind of give you a little show around the preschool room. So those of you who have preschool aged kids coming in, feel free to share this portion of the video with them. They'll notice that there's a lot of things on the shelves that may look familiar from the end of school last year, but there's a lot of really fun, brand new things to explore. And of course we have a few brand new kiddos. So we have just a lot of really fun stuff. So I'll kind of try to give you a little glimpse of our math shelf. And again, feel free to show your kiddos. I'll go kind of quickly because it's super exciting. We've got our sensorial shelf. Lots of things that we're used to seeing already. We have our art area. Yep. And we're gonna go back to the practical life area. Some really fun stuff there to explore and to see. Some things we're used to. Our classroom looks very different. We've moved back into our old room and ready for day one. This is our Around the World shelf for our first week's theme. And then, of course, we have our language shelf and our library over here. I wanted to make sure that the kids had a visual of some things that they could look for when we start school. So, yeah, our classroom, we've moved back in. We're ready for day one and really getting excited. So, let's go through a few things. Let's talk specifically about drop-off and pickup procedures. So here's the scoop. The preschool age classroom, we have our original preschool room that is connected to the Montessori playground. So that means that any preschool aged kiddos will come through this playground out front, through the gate right up there, and that is where, right there, we have two gates there, so you'll come in the morning. Teacher, which would be me, will sign your child in. And if it's good weather, we'll be playing right out here. If the weather's a little iffy, we will wait and play later, hopefully. But we'll receive you at the door, so don't feel uncomfortable. Just come right on up to the door, knock. Parents, at this time, we're still not allowed to have you come in, but we can meet you under this awning here, and we can do the sign-in process there. So that will be what we will be doing, and we'll also dismiss from here. Again, if it's sunny and nice weather, we'll be playing on the playground, and we will sign your child out from there to leave with you. And if it's not very good weather, we will come up to this porch and dismiss directly from this door. The school-aged children have their very own entrance as well. So drop off for school-aged kiddos, which is kindergarten and up. You will come to the side street through that gate. We're gonna walk out there. I'm gonna show you. And I'll show you exactly which door. Again, the same rules apply. On pretty days, they'll be outside playing in the morning for drop off and for pickup. But here's the side gate. I know so many of you have not been over here. So on this side road over here, there's this gate, and they'll just come right on through here. Miss Arnold or Miss Pat will be here to receive them, Miss Kilborn, and they will sign your child in. On bad weather days, if you need to go directly to the classroom, they have their own classroom door right here to the right. So that's where you will go to meet the teacher for sign in or pick up and sign out. So that is that. I wish every day could be as beautiful for summer camp as it is today. The preschool age kids will have cubbies and with their name on it. And let me show you what those look like. So they'll be looking for that. Yep. And they're same places that they usually do, which I know some of our new kids have not experienced that, but will help you. And that's where they will keep their sheet. And it would be helpful, very important, to send in a change of clothes for each of our kiddos, okay? So just to make sure if they have any potty accidents or paint spills, anything like that, that we have some extra change of clothes to get them cleaned up. All right, now, let's see. You've all been sent the daily schedule, so you kind of have a good grasp of what we're doing every day in each of the classrooms, so that's awesome. In our preschool classroom particularly, the morning will look very similar to a regular Montessori work cycle. We're going to spend time, a big chunk of time, letting them choose work from the shelves and such. So, and we have our awesome themed work for each adventurous week. So we'll be doing that. The school-aged classroom will have their variations, as you can see on the daily schedule that I sent out. All right, now I have another update from Paris Food Service. We will be expecting to have Paris Food supply all the way to the last Friday of July. So our whole entire summer camp, we have Paris Food coming in, and we're really super excited about that. Yeah, so I have a calendar of the menu. So if you would like to have one of that, let me know, and I'll try to get that to you. Let's see. We have some special guests coming in this summer. We've already got the library that will be coming to our school with our kiddos every Monday at 3:30. So we'll either be doing a book and an activity with that, or a game day. So they're really excited to be bringing that to our students, and so am I. We are in the works of getting a balloon artist. We are looking forward to having a miniature horse come visit us during Farm Week. We have the UK Extension Office coming to educate us on food and nutrition regularly, and just so many really great fun things. So we're just really excited about all of these things. I will be in the process from now, and I have been through the next week. It's a very tedious process, going through all of the student records just to make sure we have all of the copies of documents that we need. I will be in touch with you individually if there's something that you're missing. And unfortunately, this is a state law. We can't bypass it. And I'm not quite sure what the regular students, the older students in the school are required to submit for school. So I'm not sure what I'm missing and not, but I will be in touch with you individually about that. Last thing, we have some brand new students. So if you have a brand new student, you'll need to listen to the next session of this video. If you do not, if your student has been a student here for a while, you can click me off. I'll see you next week. For those families with brand new kiddos coming in, usually before our kids start school, we have a very significant amount of time that we get to spend preparing our students, getting them familiar with their classroom, letting them feel ownership over it. This time transition, we do not have time to do that, unfortunately, but that's okay. So what I will say to you is, whether your child has separation issues or not separation issues, it is very common for them to experience some nerves, and to be fine one day and crying the next. These are very typical things that we see of kids that are 3, 4, and 5, especially if they're new. So don't be surprised. It's not an indicator that they're not having fun. It doesn't mean that they're having a terrible experience. It's just part of their emotional regulation and their cognitive development as far as object permanency, knowing that you will be back to get them at the day's end. They will figure this all out. It's a very healthy process. So what I will say to you is, if your student or child is experiencing some anxiety one morning and throwing a fit, or just silently crying, or just struggling in whatever way, the best thing to do, and I tell this to everybody, make sure you say goodbye. Maybe develop some sort of goodbye routine so your child knows that this is what's coming. And when it's time to part and you've said your goodbyes healthily, I will be sure to take that child and I'll hold them if they like to be held, comfort them in some way. Some students, I've had students who need different things. Some students want to sit down and be left alone until they're ready to move on, and that's totally fine too. Whatever that child needs, they will receive in order to get through and work through that process of the change and transition. If you are concerned and you feel like, oh gosh, I don't know, my child was really screaming or my child was really crying or whatever before I left, I will get you my phone number and you can text me and I will respond and let you know how they're doing. But generally, by the time you make it to your car, they're doing better. Sometimes it might be a half an hour that they're just sitting and kind of working through everything. But what they come to realize and figure out is that this is a healthy process, and it's okay to feel any ways that they feel, and we accept that and we embrace that and we acknowledge those feelings, and we continue to reassure them that they will see mom and dad again. If someone different is picking up that day, I will need to know that. Tell your teacher, whoever is in there that morning, that whoever is going to be picking up, if it's different from mom or dad, that way we can check IDs if we need to. If anybody different is picking up, make sure they bring their identification with them so that we can see and make sure that their name matches who is supposed to be picking up. Okay, if you have any further questions, new parents, please feel free to reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I will be seeing everyone on Monday morning, bright and early. It's a potentially rainy day, so make sure that you come all the way up to the door if we're not outside for a drop-off. And yeah, so it'll be super fun. Have a great weekend, everyone.